Alright, we are in section 3.3, solving inequalities using multiplication or division. Let's look at the solve it. Consider the inequality 4 is greater than 1. Copy and complete each statement at the right by replacing each block with less than or greater than sign. What happens to the inequality symbol when you multiply each side by a positive number? What happens to the inequality symbol when you multiply each side by a negative number? Justify your reasoning. So, as you can see, there are some different rules for multiplying and dividing, especially by a negative number. So if you look at the box here, we'll see that through the lesson. You can see it. Alright, let's look at problem 1. Alright, so I want to solve for x, I want to find solutions for x. And then I want to graph it. So again, I have x divided by 3 is less than negative 2. I want to get rid of this denominator down here. So to do that, I'm going to multiply each side by 3. Right? So then these two cancel out. So I'm left with x is less than negative 6. So now I'm going to graph it. Now since this is strictly less than, again, it's an open hole. And if x is less than negative 6, be careful. That means it's going to be more negative. So it's going to be to the left. So this is going to be our answer, our graph solution. So let me try to got it. I want you to solve for solutions for c, where c divided by 8 is greater than 1/4, and graph the solution. Alright, number 2. I want to solve for w, and again I want to graph and check. So, again, I can use one of two ways. Because 4 is my denominator, I can either multiply by the reciprocal, or I can do it in 2 separate steps, which I will. So since 4 is my denominator, I'm going to multiply each side by 4. Where these two numbers are going to cancel out. So I have negative 3w is greater than or equal to 12. And I want 1w, so this is where we need to be careful. The coefficient of the w is a negative 3. So therefore, I'm going to divide each side by negative 3. But, because this is a negative, this right here is a negative, my sign's going to flip. 12 divided by 3 is negative 4. So make sure when you divide by a negative, your sign flips. Alright, so because w is less than or equal to negative 4, this is going to be an open hole, a closed hole, and you're going to go to the left. Alright, so let's check that. Alright, so if w is less than or equal to negative 4, let's try negative 5. W equals negative 5. So again, I'm going to plug it into this inequality right here. Alright, so is negative 3/4 w times 5, is that greater than or equal to 3? Right, so negative 3 times 5 is negative 15 over 4, greater than or equal to 3. So it's negative 15 over 4. When you turn that into a mixed number, that is going to be 3 3/4. Negative 3 3/4. Oh, it's a negative 5. Oh, sorry. That is true. So, remember, we did negative 3/4 times negative 5. And therefore, that meant that negative times negative gives you positive 15 over 4. And then, that turns into 3 3/4, which is greater than or equal to 3. And so, therefore, this is right. So, this solution, w is less than or equal to negative 4, is in fact correct. So, let me try to got it here. I want you to solve for the solution negative n over 3 is less than negative 1. Graph and check it. Now, be careful. This is going to be a negative, so most likely, when you divide or multiply by a negative number, you got to flip your sign. Looking at number 3, without looking at the answers. Alright. Okay. Problem 3. Your dog walks in the neighborhood after school. You earn $4.50 per dog. How many dogs do you need to walk to earn at least $75? Now, if you're earning at least $75, that means that you earned $75 or more. So that means it's going to be, whatever it is going to be greater than or equal to 75. If you earn $4.50 per dog, that means it's going to be 4.5 D, where D is the number of dogs you walk. Alright, so again, we want to solve for D. So 4.5 times D. The inverse operation is going to be division. So we're going to divide each side by 4.5. So D is greater than or equal to 4.5, which is going to round to 16 point, let's put in a fraction, 16 2/3. So, but you have to look at it. Can you have 16 2/3 dogs? So therefore, you have to walk at least 17 dogs. We're going to round up. 16 2/3 is roughly about 16.6, roughly 16.67. So, when you round that up, it's going to be 17 dogs. So, you want to earn at least $75. So that means $75 or more. You earn $4.50 per dog. So $4.50 times how many dogs you walk, and you want to earn more than 75. So greater than or equal to. And we solved it, we divided, got D by itself, and then we got 16 2/3 and rounded up to get 17 dogs. So try to got it down here, and we'll move on to problem 4. Alright, problem 4 asks you to find the solution for y and then graph. So again, -9 times y. We want to get rid of this -9. So therefore, because -9 times y, we use the inverse operation, divide by -9. Now remember, because it's a -9, this sign is going to flip. So -9 divided by -9 is y. I'm going to flip my sign, and 63 divided by -9 is -7. So remember, because we divide by a negative, the sign flipped. So if y is greater than or equal to -7, that means because it's equal to, it's going to be a closed circle. Because y is greater than, I'm going to go this way. So this is what our graph is going to look like. So, try to got it. I want you to solve for the solutions for x and then graph.